Well, hello and welcome to All About the Valley. About the Valley. All About the Valley is a radio version. We keep them separate.
All right.
But tonight we're going to talk Rotary, the Blackstone Valley Rotary. And Lynn and Susan, the president and former president of the Rotary in the Blackstone Valley. And you're located within the valley. You generally meet, you meet all the time at the Grill 122?
No, we meet, we meet twice a month.
Twice a
The first
month, yeah.
Tuesday and the third Tuesday. Right now, we're piloting an evening meeting at the 122 Grill on the first Tuesday at 5:30, 122 Grill. Just come in, stay for the meeting. If you want to stay afterwards and have a meal with us, that's great. If you need to go home, that's great too. Do what you need to do. Sometimes some of us stay for the line dancing afterwards. I'll probably stay this month.
They have line dancing at the Grill
I
122?
think every Tuesday they have it. Yeah, it's
They
7
do,
o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, what are they, in the back room?
In the back room, yeah.
I was gonna say, because there's no room in the other part.
Yeah, no, it's in the back. I think it costs
Oh,
$10. This woman teaches line dancing.
I'll be darned, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we meet the first Tuesday, right now, we meet the first Tuesday of the month, 5:30 at Grill 122. And then the third Tuesday, we meet at 8:30 in the morning, 8:30 to 9:30, upstairs at the Whitensville Community Center.
Yes.
It's a very, we come in, say hello, do our business. If there's time, we chit chat, and then people leave. It's a short, focused meeting. It's kind of a different model from many Rotary clubs because there's no meal involved. There's no speaker. So we try and make it fast and easy for people to be Rotarians.
You ever have meetings where you bring a guest speaker in?
We have a quarterly meeting when there is a fifth Tuesday in a month. We have a quarterly meeting,
Oh.
also at Grow 122. And then at that point, those are longer meetings in the evening. If you want to have a meal, you can order one. You don't have to. And then we'll typically have some kind of speaker or some event, some function, I guess. I don't know what the right word is.
That might be tied with something else we're doing.
Yeah, right. For example, we have one coming up on March 31st. And there's a program in Rotary called the Rotary Youth Exchange, where
Yes.
just like it sounds like, a kid can go to another country, stay for either a summer or a whole semester, or
Oh.
maybe a whole school year, I'm not sure. And then a student from that country will come and stay in the valley
Oh.
for that length of time. So on the 31st, the person who runs that program is coming to talk to us about it because it's something we might consider doing next year.
That's a great program.
Yeah, we don't really know much about it yet, but my view is all travel is good.
I know
The more
the,
people, the more my thing is, he who dies with the most friends wins.
Yes.
So
I think the Winesville Christian School does a student exchange program.
yeah, lots of schools do. So
And
we thought
that's
we'd
great
offer
because you
that
get to
opportunity.
meet people from another country.
Yep, life-changing opportunity, life-changing
Yeah.
experience.
Yes.
One of the things we really try and do. So maybe we should talk. Most people don't really know what Rotary is anymore. If they know anything, they typically is a little outdated. We're basically a community service organization.
Well, if you said on the radio, I think when you say Rotary in Massachusetts, they talk about a traffic circle.
Right, yeah, right. No, not that kind of Rotary.
No, no, this is not.
Yeah, so, like I say, we're good deed doers. We do projects
Yep.
in our community. We help people in need. We have a close alliance with the Blackstone Valley Emergency Shelter and the Whitensville Community Center. So we try and do service projects and help people in our community who need a little help.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So a lot of people seem to think, previously you had to be a man to be a Rotarian. Obviously, that's not true anymore. You had to own a business or be a...
Well, obviously we have two officers
Right,
here who
yeah.
are not men.
Yeah, you had to be a business person, typically own or run a business. Rotarians were previously typically pretty wealthy. None of that matters anymore. We're just looking for people who care about their communities, want to meet other people, and want to do good things in the world.
Yeah, I remember the Rotary back in the 50s and the 60s, and it was a businessmen's organization.
Right, that's how it started, yeah. 4 guys in Chicago got together to create a group that they could work with and trust. So there's a very important ethical component of Rotary. There's something called the 4-way test, which I won't go into because it sounds a little goofy, but it works. So there's an ethical component, and they built this organization so they could find other business people that they could work with, that they could trust. And that ethical component continues through Rotary. If you're working with a Rotarian in a business relationship or any other kind of relationship, you can trust them.
Yeah, and you can build a relationship with other people now,
Right.
as Lynn has done with her business.
Yes, I have. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you, Harry, for having Sue and I here today.
Oh, no.
Harry and I were both at a chamber, a legislative breakfast,
Yes.
of which Jeannie Hebert was so gracious to have us talk about Rotary there as well. So thank you so, so much. Yes. And I have been fortunate for sure. I've been a Rotarian for 9 years. I was introduced to Rotary through my husband, Bo, who happens to work with Unibank. And
Was he already a Rotary member?
Oh,
he
yeah.
was involved with Rotary because of work, yes. It's really
Yeah.
important to be involved with community service work and know the community, so.
Pretty sure
um,
everyone in the valley knows Bo Daley. from
Oh,
Unibank,
yes.
yeah.
He loves people and loves to get to know them, for sure. So it's very much in our wheelhouse in our home. So he introduced me to it, and I got to participate in several meetings. I got to see what was going on. At that time, this was pre-COVID, there was a really wonderful project that was put on at a local library, and that had to do with Repair Cafe is the name of it. So you can take items that are in need of repair, such as a radio or a computer, or you need your knives sharpened, or your bicycle has some issues and you need some work on a bicycle. You could bring them in, and there were Rotarians sitting at stations that can help repair those items. So
Oh,
instead
wow.
of discarding them, throwing them away, there was a whole movement to try to
What a
refurbish
great
them and bring them back to
idea.
life.
Many clubs still do this, yeah.
Yeah, so that's something that we might bring to our community
yeah.
in the future. I know that's one thing that people really like, but I was just so enamored by what I was seeing and by people looking outside of their own selves and worlds and getting together and really getting to know other people. So that was the beginning of it for me. And I happen to be an interior designer, and because I've been involved with Rotary and get involved at other levels within leadership, I've been able to meet a lot of other people who are also in leadership roles, and I have been very blessed to have some incredible clients that are Rotarians as well.
Yeah, leadership is actually a big deal in Rotary. One of the big benefits is developing leaders and developing yourself as a leader. You know, I tell this story, Lynn's probably heard it 1,000 times, sorry.
Say it again.
You know, Rotary helped me realize that I'm a leader. When I went to college, I have a degree in music education, and I wanted to be a conductor. And I met with my advisor, and he said, "Oh, no, you can't do that. You're going to be a music teacher." And so if he had seen that conducting is a leadership role, you know, if he had seen that,
Yes.
and you know, all my life when I joined Rotary, I stepped into I've been president in another club before this one. You know, they gave me the opportunity to be the leader I think I've always been, and not just the bossy girl. You know, and many women, I'm sure out there, will recognize that feeling that you have ideas, you want to stand up, and you're considered a bossy girl. And Rotary freed me from that and gave me the opportunity to be a leader. And it does it for lots of people. You know, it really lets you stand up and be the leader you probably have always been. Or maybe you
learn
haven't
how-
been. You
You
didn't
learn
realize
how
you
to be a
were.
leader. You learn how to be a leader.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
to negotiate, how to get people to participate.
Right, yeah. You're working with others, you're directing programs. Now, if that's not your wheelhouse, you don't have to. You can, you know, there's lots of work for people who just want to, you know, be a member of the club and don't really necessarily want to take the leadership role. That's cool too. But, you know, it's a big deal in Rotary to develop leaders. And our club especially participates in a youth leadership development program called the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, called RILA.
Yes.
And every June, clubs send rising sophomores to Fitchburg State University, and it's a program that puts them in position. They don't know anything about it when they go, which is really great because it's a leap of faith for them and for their parents. They learn about leadership development, ethical components, collaboration, cooperation, trust. And there's also a little government component where they do a little town meeting where they have to go through that process. So
Yeah.
it's a big deal in Rotary.
But, you know, yeah, and it gives the youth a chance to learn how they can become good citizens.
Right, right. And helps them, you know, gain confidence in themselves. And step up.
Confidence, find their voice. I would
Yes.
love to share that I was on the committee last year to select who was going to be going from our area. and I want to say about 12 to 15 students were interviewed, and I was so taken by every single student that walked through and sat in front of, there were 3 to 4 of us, how poised they were, how much they cared about their fellow classmates, incredible projects that they have going on in school. There are some phenomenal young people out there who
Yes.
really want to help and do good in the world. I was very impressed. I would be impressed to have any one of them as my child and or say, please come work with me, because they were outstanding.
Yeah.
Yes, you know, as older people, you worry about the future. You won't be here, but you worry about being, I have a lot of confidence in the youth that we have coming,
Oh, yeah,
We do too, Harry.
you
me
know.
too, yeah.
And I think we've done pretty well ourselves.
Yeah.
When we were young, the older people, our parents and other people in the community didn't think we'd do very well because we were kind of rebellious back in the '60s.
Yeah, they're a little bit rebellious now, I think, too, but, you know,
But, you
it
know,
goes,
it
it's
turned-
cyclical, right?
But you turned around and everything turned out all right.
Yeah, yeah. There's a saying, if everything will be okay in the end, if everything's not okay, that means it's not the end. That was actually in a movie. It's one movie, but I like
Well,
that
it makes a
saying.
lot of sense though.
Yeah, it's not the end.
But, yeah, we were talking about now, we gotta bring up what your emblem is. It looks like a gear. And
Right.
if you can explain, because everybody would wonder, what does this mean?
Yeah, everyone sees the gear, Rotary with the gear. That's the new branding for Rotary International. So Blackstone Valley Rotary is a chapter of Rotary International. Rotary has clubs in almost every country in the world, 1.4 million members, and they're all affiliated to Rotary International. Our club happens to be grouped in, it's called District 7910, basically central Massachusetts, and then it gets bigger from there. But we're all kind of, go up to to Rotary International. And so the gear is the international symbol. All clubs use it. And when it was first designed, it was just the circle, the gear around the outside and then the circle on the inside. But if you look closely, you'll see at the top of it, there's a little notch. And that's important because in engineering, if you don't have the notch, it's just a circle, it's just a wheel will spin.
Right.
But if you have a notch, the gears will mesh together. They'll work together and they'll move things forward. And that's the whole idea, that Rotarians work together and we move things forward and we progress, basically. So that's why the gear is our symbol. And it's called Rotary because of the 4 guys who started it in Chicago in 1904. They would rotate between their offices. Start 1 week this office, 1 week that, and that's kind of silly, but that's the way they got the name for Rotary.
But you think about it, about 120 years now, and it's gone from that group in office in Chicago to international.
Yeah,
International, 1.4 million members.
yeah.
And when
Wow.
you travel, you can go and meet any other club that you'd like. When you're in Rotary, you are able to say, okay, they're going to be having lunch in Sicily today at 12 at this location, and you can show up
Yeah,
and say, I'm in the Rotary Club of Blackstone Valley.
I'm a
It's great to
Rotarian."
meet you. And yeah,
and they greatly welcome
they
you.
Yeah.
greatly welcome you.
Always happy to
It's so fun. I mean, we've had
Yeah.
people come from other countries to some of our clubs, and it's really exciting.
Yeah.
Really exciting. I've actually, Bo and I have been able to travel to 2 international conventions as well.
Oh,
So there's conventions every year. We went to Germany pre-COVID and Toronto
Yeah.
as well.
and
So
they're international conventions, so they're people from all over the world.
all over.
It's amazing.
It's life altering, so impactful
Yeah.
to get in a room with people from all over, all different dress, right? And
Yes.
there's something that's called the House of Friendship that they pull everybody together at there.
Well, that's gotta be amazing.
Yeah.
Where in Germany was it?
That was in Hamburg.
Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
over on the seacoast.
It was lovely.
Yeah.
I was in Germany for a year and a half.
Oh,
so
there you go.
that's why I asked.
Super cool.
I was in Nuremberg.
Yeah, the conventions are really fantastic because like Lynn said, you make all these connections around the world, and
Yeah,
Rotary
I can-
really encourages these connections because one of the things that happens, we have a foundation. It's called the Rotary Foundation, It's an amazing organization. It's gotten 4 stars from Charity Navigator since Charity Navigator began. 4 is as many as you can get. And it's kind of the financial engine of the big projects in Rotary. And so say our club wanted to do a project to put, I don't know, solar panels on a homeless shelter, for example, or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
And we needed more money. We could submit what's called a global grant, and clubs from around the world could and usually do support that grant. So they will send us money for our project, and likewise we can send, if we want to support a project to put a pump at a well in India, we can also do that as
Yes.
well. So that's kind of what makes it international. Lets us participate in the international component of
that
it.
is great.
And having these connections around the world is very valuable because, my husband's also a Rotarian. We traveled, we did an exchange program in England. So I can call up my Rotarians I met in England. Hey, we're doing a project in, Uxbridge, Massachusetts. Would your club consider supporting it? And you don't have to have those connections, but it certainly helps. So that's kind of one of the reasons there are so many interactions between people around the world in Rotary.
Now, in both your cases, your husbands are both members.
Yeah.
Happen
You
to be.
find that very common amongst Rotarians?
Not really, no. I don't think so.
I guess if I had to guess, it might be 50-50, where there are couples involved and then not. And what tends to happen is once the other partner sees what's happening, they get curious and want to be a part of it. Like I said, Bo loves it so much, he's committed for life. And I said, oh boy, what am I getting myself into? Let me check this out, right? And I did, and I love my husband, and he is my husband for life. But I said to myself, with or without him, I am a Rotarian because I love it that much. So
Yeah.
we're both equally committed.
In our case, I was.
Once you get you into it, you really get into it, you ended up being president.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to do,
Yeah.
For me, I was the one who was the Rotarian first because my husband and I had moved to a new community. We didn't know anybody there. And I happened to meet a woman at a dog park who was a Rotarian, and she said, come visit the Rotary Club. And so I got very involved in that club, and I would drag Ron along, like, we need another body for this project, you're coming with. After a while, he was just always there, so it's like, well, you might as well be a member, So that's kind of how it happened with it. But he went on to be president of that club. It was a different club than Blackstone, but
But it was a great way, moving into a new community, to get to
Yep.
know some people.
Yeah, we moved there. We had lived in another community for 30 years. We moved into, this was Newton. We moved with my dad for the last 10 years of his life. Didn't know anybody. After 10 years in that Rotary Club, I knew way more people in Newton than I did after 30 years in my previous community. And Ron and I just moved to Webster about 3 years ago, and it's happening again. Rotary is like, I met you tonight, right?
Yes.
So it's how we meet people, and at our age, it's very difficult to meet people when you don't have kids in the school system. It's hard to meet people, and Rotary has been the
That's true.
doorway
When the
for
kids
us.
are older, you don't tend to meet other people
Right.
because you're not involved in
It's
anything.
really hard. Rotary is the doorway for us, and it's been really successful and really important. And when we were looking for houses, one of the questions was, how close is a Rotary Club? Is there one there? And if not, where's the closest one? And that was part of our decision process.
Yeah. Now, unlike a lot of organizations, you don't have an actual home.
Right.
You meet in probably a local restaurant, right?
Yeah, restaurant and then Whitensville Community Center.
Yeah,
right
in
now.
your case, yes.
Yeah, other clubs will meet at restaurants typically.
Yeah.
Or like a hotel, and some meet at community centers and senior centers. Things each club has its own culture and its own way of working and its own projects and areas of interest. So
Right.
we happen to be pretty focused on food insecurity and homelessness.
I love to say that our club right now is really about the basics,
Yeah.
right? It is about food insecurity and shelter, along with the Blackstone Valley Emergency Shelter, and the incredible work that they're doing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then clothing too, because we have a clothing swap that
Yes.
one
Each
of our
year.
members came up with. Yeah, Julie
Yeah, we
Blair.
talked about that on the radio. Explain that again?
So, okay, I want to just back up for a second because I really want to showcase the person who had the idea. So, Julie
Oh.
Blair, she's been in our membership for maybe about 4 years now, and she heads up the Northbridge Food Pantry. So, she does magnificent work on to herself in
On
the
their own, yeah.
community, right? And so we're so glad that she joined our club too, so we can help her spread the word, etc. But she had an idea to do a clothing swap. So the idea is that you look through your closet and you see what is tired, or you might not be wearing, or maybe you don't fit in any longer, whatever the circumstance is. You pack that up and then you bring it down to
Pleasant
the
Street
Pleasant
Church.
Street Church. Yep, we're gonna have it in August, and or your kids' clothes, right? It doesn't matter who's in your family household.
Actually, we're looking for children's clothing.
Children clothes.
That's one thing that, the kids outgrow them all.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go. So important. So the idea is to just give back. Others can come in for free and take with them exactly what they'd like that's offered there, right? And they can donate their clothing. You do not have to bring any clothes, though. We want to make sure that people know that that's not a prerequisite. You can show up without clothes and still shop.
I mean, you have to wear clothes to go,
Well, yeah.
Well, I think that's what we're all supposed to do, but.
but you don't have to donate them to
Yeah,
come and
yeah,
take them.
yeah. And then at the end of that, because a lot of donations do come in, we'll partner up and give the really nice clothes, wearable clothes, to the emergency shelter that has Hope's Closet now, which helps raise funds for them. So we make sure that people understand
Yes.
that the monies are going to be to help the Blackstone Valley Emergency Shelter. And then some of the articles of clothing are just really not up to snuff and they need to have a new life. So those get donated too. So those fabrics and textiles can be recycled.
Oh, yeah, you know, it's crazy. Don't throw clothes in the rubbish, number one.
Oh, yeah,
Recycle it at least.
yeah.
But, you know, you're right, that you can come down, it doesn't fit anymore, but you might find something there that you like that does fit.
Oh, Harry, I have found some things.
Me
Oh, I
too.
know.
Shouldn't really admit it, but we have.
Of course. Are you kidding me?
Well, you
We should,
mentioned
after
that-
everybody else has shopped, we look around.
Oh, well.
Yeah, the thrift store I was I had Leslie on, and she talking about how they found beautiful clothes.
Oh, yeah.
That people gave from estates.
Yep,
Exactly.
with tags on sometimes, it's amazing. It's
Exactly.
Yeah, some clothes that still had the tags.
Yeah.
That never been worn.
It
So
happens.
the clothing swap is really great because it's kind of a twofer for us.
Yes.
It not only helps our community by, people getting rid of things they don't need, and people who need clothing, getting them, but it's also an environmental project, because
Yeah.
it doesn't go into the landfill. Rotary has these things that are called areas of focus, and there's child and maternal health and basic education, blah, 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 and one of them is supporting the environment. So they've been really encouraging clubs to do environmental projects. So this falls right into that category, right? It's
Oh.
environmental and it's community focused, so it's really great. We also, last year, we planted 4 native pollinator gardens at the
Rockdale.
Rockdale, thank you.
Rockdale Youth Center.
Rockdale Youth Center, and we got the kids involved, so that was a twofer. It's youth connection and environmental. And we also collect Trex. We also collect thin plastic, like the plastic wrap that comes around everything these days that you can't really recycle from home.
Yeah.
We collect that stuff, and it gets taken to the company Trex that makes the decking and all that, and then they give us
Yes.
some small amount of money in return that we use to support our projects. So
Yeah.
that's an environmental thing and a fundraiser. So we try and get really leverage what we
Collect
have.
The bags from from Walmart.
Yeah, from the
plastic
supermarket.
bags
Yep,
and from the supermarket.
Or,
Yeah.
if it's clean, like today, we emptied a cereal box. You take the bag out of the middle, wash it out, dry
Yeah.
it, into the bin it goes to be recycled.
But that plastic is a big problem, because you put that in the landfill, it's gonna be there for the next 1,000 years.
Yep, and no town recycling program recycles that. Just doesn't happen.
No.
So, they do it, they collect it at
Hannaford.
Hannaford and. did
Some
you-
other grocery stores as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trex, that's really amazing that they're
Yeah.
making that product
Yeah.
out of those recycled
And
materials.
after we send them X number of pounds, they give us a bench made out of Trex product.
Oh.
And we've, I think recently we donated one to Julie at the food pantry, so that people had someplace to sit while they're waiting. And sometimes we will raffle them off to raise money for our program, so it kind of goes,
Those are good products. That
Yeah.
Trek wood is unbelievable.
And
yeah,
Better than regular wood.
yeah,
In fact, that's my front porch is made with it.
yeah.
You don't have to paint it, it doesn't rot. and you got it made out of stuff that should have never went to the landfill anyway.
There
Right,
you go.
right, yeah. So,
Let's
it-
recycle.
yeah, so it's nice to, really, kind of hit two areas
Yeah,
with one project, and we really like those projects.
but if you wanna drop them off, then you can bring them to Hannaford,
Right, Hannaford's
that
does it.
plastic.
Yep.
It's any of that thin plastic wrapping,
Yeah, like if you get a prepared meal at the supermarket, that thin stuff you peel off.
yes,
Rinse it and dry it. That's important
Yeah.
that it's clean and dry. And, and,
and as well as the bags,
yeah, the bags.
the plastic
Yeah, like
bags.
the little thin bags at the supermarket you put your vegetables in.
Yeah.
I,
Well,
I
even-
encourage people to use reusable bags for all that stuff,
even
but
the,
that's a whole nother thing.
Even the white bags they give you in the end.
Yep, yep,
Cause, God, they're so afraid they're gonna break, they put one item in a bag.
yep,
You end up walking out with about 12 bags.
yeah. I mean, it's better to use reusable bags, like walking with a
Right,
bag of
right,
bags.
that's the best
Um,
way to go.
Yeah,
I got them in the car, I always forget them.
oh, yeah, it's kind of, you have to make
It
a habit
happens
of it.
here.
Yeah,
I know, I gotta get to doing it.
gotta put it on the chair next to you. That's what trained me.
But I do recycle them,
Yeah,
so, I mean, it's crazy that it just throws, we can't keep throwing stuff away.
yeah.
But that's good that you have a program that handles
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so the club actually, it's been doing that for quite a while.
Yeah, definitely a
Don't
few
know how
years.
long.
So something really exciting, everyone can see in our logo behind us
Yeah.
here. Thank you so much for pulling that up. We actually have been established for 100 years in this community. So the club was officially the Rotary Club of Uxbridge.
I was gonna
For-
say, well, I remember it being Uxbridge.
Yeah,
Of Uxbridge for many years, yep. And probably within the last 15 years, Lyndall Butler, who's an incredible member of the club, she had the idea of calling it and expanding to the Rotary Club of Blackstone Valley, which we really love because you do
Yeah.
not have to be right in Uxbridge,
Right.
nor Northbridge, or Webster, where Sue's
well,
from
it's a little out of the valley,
or
but,
North Smithfield, Rhode Island,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I live. You can be from the valley, the area,
Yeah.
to come and be part of the club and serve.
Yeah, but you're telling other people, hey, look, we're not just here in Uxbridge, we're the whole valley.
You
And in
got it.
fact, for our RILA program, the Rotary Youth Leadership Awards we talked about earlier, we're actually going to different schools in different towns to try and draw kids from those other schools, including Blackstone Valley Tech, into the program, because we want to, serve as many kids in the valley as we can.
What's their age to become a Rotarian?
So, it's tricky. Mostly, I guess, so there's a program, well, I guess you would call it an adult, after college. There's an organization that's that's part of Rotary called Rotaract, and that's typically college, sometimes up to about 30 years old,
Oh, okay.
and then Rotary comes after that. But after college to 30 or so is really squishy. It kind of depends on the
Yeah.
person, on the Rotary Club, on the Rotaract Club. They like to say in Rotaract, a 30-year-old is an old guy, and in Rotary, a 30-year-old is a child. But there's also something called Early Act, which is an elementary level Rotary program. Interact, which is a high school level program. It's a service club in
Oh.
high school, and then Rotaract comes after, and then finally Rotary. So Ron and I used to be in the Newton Club. There was a young man who had been a Rotaractor. He was from another community. He was going to college in Newton, but he had been an interactor in the other community. And when he went to college in Newton, he joined our Rotary Club at 18 years old. So he
Oh.
kind of skipped the Rotaract, but he's very active.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the person and the club and the location.
Right,
There was
right.
no Rotaract club in that area.
Exactly, if you
So-
happen to have those
Yeah.
offerings, right,
Yeah.
in the college level, in high school, elementary, if they happen to be around, then you
Yeah.
check them out if you're interested. If not, there's always ways to help
Yeah.
and be involved.
Yeah, for the food packing. Did we talk about the food packing event yet in May?
Not here, we talked
Oh,
about it on the
I'm
radio
gonna bring it
show
up.
that Harry
There's
had us on.
something coming up in May that I'll let Lynn talk about because she's leading that, but every age is invited to participate in that.
Yeah, it's really exciting. So this will be our third year packing 10,000 meals at the Rockdale Youth
That's
Center.
amazing.
Isn't
One
it pretty
afternoon.
good? You're gonna have to come, Harry.
You should come. It's
Yeah.
fun. You get to wear a silly little hat. It's awesome.
Well, because it's important to cover
Yeah.
our hair,
Yeah, the little
etc. We
net
have
hat.
Well,
gloves
yeah,
that we
yeah,
wear
you have to-
to pack the food. Right?
Right.
Yep, yep, rules and regulations. So that's going to be at the Rockdale Youth Center on May 9th, and we'll be
I'm gonna make a
packing,
note of
At
that.
1 p.m.
yep, 1 p.m. And we're going to be packing 2 different types of meals. One is a minestrone soup, and the other one is rice and beans. So what happens is we set up rectangular tables in a row, and the youth center is amazing for this. And we do assembly lines where we pack the raw goods. So there's a powdered protein that goes into each. And then whether it's the macaroni, the beans, there's scoops, and
Rice, all
everybody
kinds of
has a
Vegetable,
roll
yeah.
on that lineup. And at the end, there is a sealer. You seal the packaging, and then you get it ready on a grid to prepare for it to be boxed afterwards. So it's a lot of fun. You get to really just talk like we're talking
10,000
right
Yeah.
now.
Packages.
Yeah.
10,000.
And then the food goes to food pantries in the local, in the
I
valley.
was gonna say, you have to more than not, but you're doing all through the valley.
Yeah, there's
Yes,
several.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
then
we
you
reach
wouldn't need
out-
10,000 within,
And we would love to, if anyone's listening here today and they're in the local area and they have a need, then please, reach out and let us know.
And also, we do 10,000 meals because that's what our budget allows. If we can raise
I
more
think-
money,
I
we
think
could
it-
do more meals.
Oh,
Oh.
absolutely.
In fact, we're probably
Oh, okay.
gonna
Yeah.
start a GoFundMe thing, maybe in the next week, to try and raise more money, because the more we raise, the more we can pack and the more we can feed.
yeah, you
It's
can
really
raise a
that
lot of
simple.
money on that GoFundMe.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. We started it the year Lynn had a birthday.
Yes, I had a
and-
milestone birthday 3 years ago, and that's what prompted
She was
this whole
20.
food packing. Instead of asking for gifts, yep, I went on social media and asked if people would be interested in helping for that.
And so our GoFundMe this year will be focused on our 100th anniversary, because, so we're gonna, 100
I'm not
meals.
100 yet,
No.
so I'm half of that plus a little more now.
Yeah, so it'll be 100 for 100. We want to get,
Yeah.
$100 for 100. I forget the logic around it. Anyway, it's like if you give $100 for every 100 meals, we'll reach the amount we need to pack, the 10,000 meals, and more. We'd love to, we'd love to pack more. More is better. The most is best. Too much is just right, and this kind of thing.
It's amazing at the need that's out there.
Oh yeah,
You don't see it every day.
it's getting worse too.
Yes, and I had Leslie on it. I just couldn't believe what she was telling
Oh
me.
yeah. Yeah, she's probably got the numbers. We don't, but we,
Yes.
we certainly are in touch with her and others in the community, and certainly Julie, because of the Northbridge Food Pantry. So, we realize that things are getting worse and gonna get worse for a little while. So that's kind of why we're focusing on this. We're really trying to raise some money around it. And it's really fun. Let's just point, you
Right.
come,
Yeah, you have a good time.
it's fast, it's furious, lots of different people, and you realize you're feeding families at the same time. It's a pretty amazing
Do you put
experience.
the kids to work as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, little kids, little, probably,
Yeah.
they're welcome to come. We have the event in one room, and then the other room, we have a children's area where little kids can play and color and
Color,
do stuff. And
Well,
then, I'd say 10 and older could
Oh,
certainly
definitely.
participate in
Definitely,
this. Yeah, I think
yeah.
we had about a 10-year-old last year.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, 1:30 is out of the school year. They don't get there till around 3, right?
This
So
is
this
Saturday.
is Saturday.
Oh, it's a
yeah.
Saturday. Oh,
Yeah.
then, they got plenty
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. It teaches them to be good community service people.
Yeah, we work with, there's an organization called the Outreach Program. They provide all the materials and the food and everything, and we work, obviously, Rockdale Youth Center, Whitensville Community Center. We have some folks from some other Rotary clubs that come help us each year. So it's really, and then, any community member
How did you get involved with that?
with food
So,
packing.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
food packing. So we were exposed to it, visiting some other Rotary clubs and seeing
Oh.
what they were doing.
Lots of clubs
Yeah.
do this type of thing.
Yep, exactly.
And-
Actually, it was a club that Bo and I were involved with in Providence, Rhode Island, that introduced us to that program.
Oh, okay.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and we brought it up here.
Oh.
I mentioned that we're in a District 7910, and there's something called a district governor. And the guy who is the district governor this year, his club is also turning 100.
Oh.
Right? Yeah,
Yep,
100.
the Leominster-
And
Leominster
they're doing
Mass
a
Club.
district-wide packing event, and they want to pack 100,000 meals.
Wow.
So, but they've got a bunch of different clubs coming in, and they got a big grant from Rotary International and all that stuff. We're a little more local, but still the same idea. And you know, Ron and I are going to go do it. I don't know if you guys are planning to go, but anybody can go participate.
We're going to be away. However, if we were home, we would definitely
Yeah.
be there. But I don't know if we touched upon this yet here in this segment. I don't think we did. The fact that, well, we did mention that Rotary, there are members all around the world, 1.4 million members, but the opportunity to go visit
Oh, right.
other countries, right?
Yes.
And meet other people in clubs. So if you are a Rotarian and you're traveling, Bo and I are traveling next week. We're going to Puerto Rico. We will go and visit a club there. And later on this year, we're going to be going to Italy, which is just an epic life trip. And we're really planning on going to a club there as well. So whether we go to a club in Rome, Florence, or Venice, we don't know which yet. We're going to investigate and see when they meet.
I know people in all those clubs.
Oh, there we go. So we're excited to go meet some other people there too.
And there are actually Rotary sponsored exchange programs as well. Ron and I have been lucky enough. We went to England. Went there twice.
Oh,
We go for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And we host someone from England for 3 or 4 days. That gives us the opportunity to go. And then we went on an exchange to Italy for 3 weeks. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago now. And you stay with Rotarians. You stay in their homes, and you go to their club meetings, and you have lunch with them and dinner with them, and you really get to know people in another country, and you experience other countries in a
Yeah.
way that most tourists don't get to.
no,
Usually
you
you
stay
stay
in
in a
their
hotel.
home, you really get to
Right.
know them.
Right. And it's really a different thing, and it builds very close connections, and again, it's kind of all in service to that concept of the big projects. When they need help, they might come to us. When we need help, we might go to them.
Oh,
Or if Lynn and Bo are in Rome and they need a dentist, I know somebody at the Rotary Club.
Ooh, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Let's hope
But
that
if
doesn't
we
happen.
do,
yeah.
You do.
Well, you never know.
Right.
you never know.
Right.
You never know.
And when
Yeah.
you're traveling in a foreign country, you don't know what to do or where to go.
Right.
There's a network. It becomes a network of people
Yeah.
who do care about others and want to help out.
And speaking of networking, we didn't talk about networking. I've forgotten what we talked about here and what we've talked about on the radio thing earlier.
Exactly.
The networking benefits, did we talk about that already?
I don't believe.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think we
No.
did.
No.
So you know more about that than I do.
I do. So Sue mentioned earlier that the Rotary Club started back in 1904 in Chicago by Paul Harris, right? So the concept was businessmen were getting together to swap business together and then ultimately help community members, right? So there is also an opportunity. Rotary means business if you are interested, and then even networking within your own local clubs as well. But I happen to be an interior designer, and in the last 9 years, I've been introduced to some wonderful individuals who are clients of mine as well. So I've had clients through Rotary in Rhode Island, where we live, and also here in Massachusetts. So
Oh,
it does
yeah.
offer those opportunities too.
Yeah, so, if you've got a business, it's well worth joining.
Right. And if, I'm not involved in business anymore, but, if I need my rugs cleaned, one of our members has a rug cleaning
Yeah.
business, I'm gonna go to him. If I need
Yeah.
insurance, one of our members has insurance, I'll probably go to him, If I need my interior designed,
She doesn't. She's really good. I've been to her home.
thank you.
What, you were a music teacher?
I never did actually teach music.
No, you never get,
I
you never get to
actually,
conduct either, right?
no, just when I was a senior in college, it was terrifying. But no, I actually was, my father and I owned a business that repaired antique watches and clocks. So I was actually a horologist for my
Oh.
career, really.
Oh, okay.
So 30-something years.
Have you
of
ever
that.
been to the Willard Museum?
Oh, yeah, in fact, we taught several courses there. My dad
Oh,
was
okay.
really
Oh, all right.
brilliant guy in horology, and I was
Yeah.
his sidekick.
Yes,
So
they're gonna put a huge addition on
they
it.
are. It'll be
Yes,
nice.
I
They
know.
need it. They
Help
need a
them
better
do some
facility.
fundraising for it.
Yeah, yeah. Willard Museum is a wonderful place, and
Yes.
I love that I live so close to it now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've got a cuckoo clock from the Black Forest
Uh-huh.
that I bought, well, back in 1969.
Yep.
It doesn't work anymore. I
Yeah.
had a guy fix it in Grafton. Cost me quite a bit. but then it fell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Clock repair is very labor intensive, that's why it's expensive.
Oh.
There's also a terrific exhibit of they call them, well, most people call them grandfather clocks. In the business, we call
Yes.
them tall case clocks at Sturbridge Village. There's a really terrific display there, but cuckoo clocks are tough. A lot of people won't work on them. I'm sorry to tell you.
No, I found a guy on the internet from Grafton.
Yeah,
I was fortunate, but I said, I don't wanna get it repaired again
Yeah.
because something will happen again.
yeah,
But I may one day.
yeah. But, you know, when I was working, I was in the Newton Club when I was working, and we certainly got customers from that, so, you know, it helped.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't need customers, we were turning people away. So,
Well, there's not too many people that do that kind
exactly.
of work,
Yeah, yeah.
especially today. Now, who has regular clocks? They're digital.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of clocks out there.
Yeah.
People inherit them. They tend to inherit them.
I still like the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, yeah. I still wear a watch.
Yeah,
Not a-
I got a regular watch. I don't use an Apple Watch.
No, no. It's too smart. I don't use things that are smarter than me usually regularly.
Yes.
So,
But,
But-
well, we still got time here.
We surely do. We were talking about the 100th anniversary
right.
of the club.
Yes.
Right? No, hey, are you kidding me? This is what it's about, Harry. You said you like to be in conversation. The show is amazing. It's so comfortable to be
Yeah.
here. Thank you.
That's the idea, just we're sitting around the living room.
That's what we're
Chit-chatting,
doing. Yeah, very comfortable. The chair's very comfy too, by the way. So, 100 years of our club, and we do have another member who has been with our club for 46 years.
Wow.
you probably know him.
Yep, probably know him. Uxbridge Dental, Dr. Ed Swiderski. And
Yes, I know of him, I don't know, I know of him.
he's a wonderful human being and really inspirational how dedicated he is to the concept of Rotary and sticking in with us.
To our club, yeah.
Yeah, it's really inspirational for sure. So we are grateful for him.
Wow,
Yeah,
almost 50 years.
almost 50 years. Yeah, 46 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes to tease us. He says he's not a founding member, but almost, but not quite a founding member.
Oh,
We
he's
do
halfway
have-
there.
We do have all the information of who the founding members were of the club, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
There's quite a few things that we have.
Well, being 100 years old, I'm sure they're deceased now.
Oh, yes, this
Oh,
is the
yeah,
case.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the case. Really neat to see the different industries that they were part of because we have that all documented and all the past presidents of the club is all documented and membership and yeah, there's some great news
Well,
articles
there was
that
been
we have.
primarily from Uxbridge, right?
Yes, yep.
Because it was the Uxbridge Rotary.
It was
Right.
called the Rotary Club of
I
Uxbridge.
think
Yep.
they met at the Uxbridge Inn.
I heard that in the past. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we became involved with it just about 2021.
So I remember the sign. They had a sign when you entered Uxbridge. And it said meetings at the Uxbridge Inn, and they had time and all that.
Well, pretty soon you're going to see some new signs.
I'm
Ah.
very
Because we're-
excited.
Yeah.
We're
say, you're
getting,
gonna get
we're
some
getting
signs
new
up
signs up. Rotary Club of Blackstone Valley, and I think it'll have our website, not quite sure. But the district has given us a grant to replace all our signs, because a lot of them are beat up and out of date. But one thing that's really, I find interesting about our club is that we're 100 years old, but we're also only kind of 5 years old. You know,
Right.
we have the Uxbridge history backing us up and support our foundation, you know. And then this club has really been rejuvenated, thanks to Bo and Lynn and Ed and Lynn Dahl Butler. It has this kind of new feel of a new club, as well as the tradition of an old club. And we've been very lucky with that because it's given us a lot of freedom to, you know, do new things and try new things without, you know, being tied to a 100-year-old ritual or tradition or whatever. And that's really lucky for us. A lot of clubs have struggled to become more contemporary and to move to new models and move forward. And we've been lucky enough to have the freedom to do that because of this kind of rebirth of the club. So it's a really kind of interesting dichotomy. You know, we're old but we're new.
Right. Well, yeah, you move your meeting times around a little bit so that you can accommodate some people have
Yeah,
to work.
that's exactly why we're trying the evening ones. We used to be just the 2 morning meetings, And one of our members said, my partner, who is a teacher, would like to be involved, but he can't come there at 8:30 in the
No,
morning.
he's gonna be at school.
Exactly, so that's why we're piloting through June, the evening meeting. And, we've had two, I had to miss the last one, but Lynn led the last one, and from what I've heard, it was
very
very
well attended.
energetic and
Yeah.
attended, people like it.
Yeah.
We had a new, prospective member at that meeting. At the previous evening meeting, the first one, we had two new members who have since joined. I can't say for sure it's the evening meeting, but I'm sure it helps, And it's nice to have the time afterwards to hang out, if you want.
Yeah,
Like I said, you don't have to, but you can hang around and you don't have to rush off to work, which has been a problem with morning meetings, and many clubs meet at lunch, the same thing. Gotta get back
right,
to
yeah,
work.
people gotta get back to work.
Yeah, or whatever, back to your life, So the
Yeah.
evening gives us a little time to get to know it, because fellowship is an important part of Rotary, getting to know your club members and working with
Yes.
them, and who they are and what talents they have and what they're interested in. A member could come in who's really interested in veterans affairs. Okay, so let's build a project around that. Or someone who's interested in animal welfare. Okay, let's build a project around that, So it's important to get to know our members, not just 2 hours a month. That's just not enough.
Right. There's no special requirements. You don't
No.
have to be, you don't have to have any special needs, it's just be of age, right?
Yeah, you have to want to serve your community. That's
Yeah,
really
well,
it.
so- Yeah,
You want to, you have to show up. It's important to show, you don't have to go to every meeting or every project, nobody does.
right,
But, you have to be part of the organization, and it's, you get a better experience if you buy into it, not buy in, that's the wrong word, but if you
become part of it.
yeah, you really participate, that's the
Yeah.
word, engage, everyone has a better experience then, especially the new person. And, the club, we do things that help people become engaged, we get them involved in one of our new members, we just said, hey, will you take care of getting us a new website, so he's working on that, because we offered it to him, right?
Yeah.
He may or may not have raised his hand to do it, but somebody said, hey, would you do that? Okay.
Ah,
So.
okay, and you get people with different talents, and they handle
Yeah.
that particular end of it.
Absolutely. Can't do it all.
And you
She's
are
the
growing
designer.
on a reg-
Takes a village.
I'm the administrator.
You're growing on a regular basis, right?
Yeah, we've been adding people. This year we've had several, we've had several new members, plus we've added some what we call honorary members who are part of corporate memberships. So, they're as active as anybody else, they're same type of member as anybody else, and they really enhance the club.
What is the difference between a regular membership and an honorary?
Well, so there's an individual membership, like
Yeah.
I'm an individual, my husband is, Lynn and Bo are.
Individual, yeah.
And then there's a corporate membership.
Oh,
So it costs a little more than an individual, but it allows the corporation to send, I think it's 3 people, have 3
Oh.
people as members.
okay.
Traditionally, they were supposed to kind of rotate, like one person would go to a meeting and the other person would go to a meeting next time. Doesn't really work that way. In all
They
of our,
like it so much they come a lot.
they come all the
Yeah, I
time.
know.
And our corporate members are just as involved as everyone. It's
Oh.
terrific, It's lots of new energy and ideas, and new blood is always a good thing.
Oh, but that gives the company a chance to get involved.
Right, and it also helps, one of the benefits for a corporation is we develop leaders.
Yes.
We get these, usually there's one person who's a little higher in the corporation or company who's the member, and then there might be some people that work for him or her who are also the corporate members. It develops them. We put them into positions of leadership or get them running projects and get them,
Yeah.
develop them as employees and as leaders.
Yeah, they learn to become leaders
Yeah, right,
and get the job done.
that's right. Yep,
Yeah, it's an opportunity to not only meet people just right within your area, but within the district. There's a district conference that's going to be coming up. That's going to be in Martha's Vineyard in
Nice
May.
place.
It is a nice place. So that's happening. There is what we call NEPELS, which is New England President Learning seminars.
President-elect learning seminars.
There we go. This is why we're together,
Helps.
right?
New England
This is why we're together. We
President-elect
help each other.
Lots of
It's
acronyms
getting
in
late
Rotary.
at night,
It's like
everybody.
any
It's getting
organization.
late. The show's almost over at 8. I gotta go to bed. Only kidding. Okay, so that happens every year, and the incoming president for our club will be going to that, right? We happen to be having Sue has stepped up to the plate. She's going to be president for 2 years in a row, which I have done along with my husband. We love it so much that we really want to see it success.
Right.
And we
Yeah.
know a lot about it. We've experienced a lot within Rotary, both Sue and her husband Ron and Bo and I. And now we're really gaining traction and people are getting interested. So we have someone who's lined up to be president the year after, and they are stepping into that leadership role. But they're really going to gain an incredible experience by attending. It's a weekend-long event, and it happens from Thursday
Saturday.
evening through Saturday. And there's breakout sessions. You're really meeting people from, my gosh, up in Canada
Yeah.
on down.
To
It's
Rhode Island.
to Rhode Island.
Yeah.
It's there's so
I think
many
it's
people who attend.
7 districts.
7 districts. There's like 500, 600
Yeah.
people who attend.
Fill the ballroom at the Sheraton Tara. It's
Whoa.
amazing.
Not this year, but most years, the incoming president, international president, comes to that event
Which is a big
and
deal.
speaks.
Yeah.
So it is such a life altering experience.
And it's designed to help people get ready to step into their role as president of their club. So to learn about, club get how to get members engaged, how to the correct visuals to the correct imaging to use,
Branding,
branding, how to lead some simple stuff, how to lead a meeting, how to follow up on issues in your club, how to handle a problem in your club, so it's really leadership. It's president-elect leadership seminars, so it teaches them to be prepared to be the club leader,
Right.
Now
you have other officers other than president?
Oh, yeah.
No, that's it. Only kidding. Yes, no, we certainly do. So there's immediate pass. Everyone becomes that.
So
Vice-
actually, I'll be president and immediate past president.
Well, I've been there. I've been
Yeah,
there
right,
too.
you've done
It's
it
not
all.
a bad place. Vice president, right? We have secretary, as well.
Treasurer, yeah.
Treasurer,
Membership chair.
membership chair.
me.
And then there's other things to grow as our club's growing. There'll be other roles
You have
as
committee
well.
chairs?
Committee chairs,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yep.
There's a
different things
foundation
you do.
chair because, to encourage people to donate and support the Rotary Foundation.
Yeah.
You've kind of been the service chair, unofficial service chair for a few years. We're kind of getting everybody involved in that now. It's become more groupthink. We're still a small club, so we can be very organic and very involved and collaborative. As we grow, there will be a time when we have to have a little more structure. We're not there yet, luckily. I personally like the small organic feel of the club.
Yes.
But, as we grow, we can have more impact and do more. So growth is good, and impact is the goal. We want to have impact with what we do. We don't want to just spin our wheels.
If anybody wants to get a hold of you, it's Blackstone Valley
Rotary.
Rotary.
.org.
.org on the internet.
Yep. Or you can go to our Facebook page, just look for Blackstone Valley Rotary. Or you can actually go to the Rotary International website, which is rotary.org. They have a club finder. Just put in your zip code, and you might get a few hits, but come to us because we're like the best club. Then we have when people from other clubs come to visit our club, they say to us, "We want to be in your club." Yeah, everybody wants to be in our club.
But they go to the website, they can find out when your meetings are,
Yep.
then they can attend, and
Yep.
you don't have to call ahead.
It's better if you just show up. That's cool. There's
Yeah.
there's an email there. If you send an email, that actually
Oh.
will get to me because I'm also the membership chair, and I will reach out and make sure you know when the next meeting is. We'll be sure to welcome you there. We'll be ready
Yeah.
for you. But anybody can walk in the door either on the first Tuesday of the month at 5:30 at row 122, or the third Tuesday of the month at 8:30 a.m. at the WCC. Or if you just want to volunteer, if you want to participate in the food packing event in May, send an email, we'll get you that information.
Yeah, you don't have to join, but you can help out.
Yep. You can help with the food packing. You can always donate, want to be a sponsor.
Yeah.
Or if you want to come help out at the golf tournament, just come and have fun. It's actually a really fun day. What else do we do? Any of our projects, the clothing swap, we're gonna be, doing some repair and cleanup at the Rockdale Gardens, in the spring, cause they did some road work there and kinda messed up one of the gardens. If you'd like to
Oh,
garden,
Yeah, road work out here, it's a
yeah,
nightmare.
it's quite a road you
It
have
was,
coming here.
that was quite a
Well,
road getting here.
they're doing a total rebuild,
Ah,
and part of it was put new water and new sewer lines.
Right,
But they started late, they started in December. Now all the plants are closed, asphalt plants,
right, too cold,
so they couldn't pave it over,
yeah.
and we got all these ruts out there.
I
And
think what they did at the Rockdale Youth Center is part of that same project, cause they really dug it up over there.
Yeah,
too.
they did it from all the Church Ave, from where it's School Street, way down by the Common,
Right, School
all the way
Street,
up to here.
yep. So anyhow, the gardens there need a little TLC, so if somebody
Yeah.
wants to help with the
pull
fixing the
weeds,
gardens,
get, yeah.
We have I have some new plants coming on order, cause you lose some every
They
year.
have the
so-
garden at the youth center?
4 of them, yeah, and they're pretty much every corner
Sue designed them.
I designed them.
Oh, I never noticed them.
They're new.
Oh,
They're pretty,
that's
they're pretty
why-
unnoticeable right now, the first,
Oh, okay.
there's, the year one, they call it the sleep, this year is called the creep, and next year will be the leap. So
Oh.
they'll get better, they
That's
need
in
a
the
couple of
front.
years. As,
On the lawn part?
yeah, the lawn part, there's one on the left corner where the sign is.
Yeah.
There's one on the right corner under the tree, there's one and then there's 2 at the far corner where
Oh.
the fence is in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
So they look a little, they're not looking their best right now. They'll look really terrific
Yeah.
next year.
Wow, now you can't find them, they're covered with snow.
Yes, that too.
Everything is covered with snow.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it's good for them. It's to be
Yeah.
covered. It's insulation. They'll do better next year because of the snow. So
You ought to talk to Ginny, you have a booth at the expo.
no, we won't be having a booth this year. I don't think.
But yeah, potentially.
Right.
We're looking into it. What's happening right now is who could actually be there, because some of
Yeah.
us are traveling and not able
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I know,
so
yeah.
we were there last year. It's amazing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. It's great to be in the community and see everyone out there. But that is on our list to potentially be there if
Yeah.
we can.
Especially to try that chowder.
Oh, yeah.
Love the chowder.
I'm one of the judges.
Oh, are you for the chowder?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky.
It was
Oh, we
last
should do
year.
that next year. We'll have to
Yeah,
talk
it
to
was
Jeannie.
last year, and she asked me to do it again this year. We have a WCRN booth there.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So-
I think last year WCC sponsored us for a booth. Somebody
Yes.
and so if you want to sponsor us for a booth, we'd love to be there.
Oh, I can't make that decision.
Understood.
That's okay.
Understood.
Yeah,
I'm not that high on the totem.
that's okay. Yeah, I think staffing it this year was sort of a challenge for us.
Yeah,
But yeah, we try and get out into the community. We should probably get out a little more, like show up at events, like I don't know if there's like a harvest fair and things like that.
Yeah, and
You
we're
know?
going to be doing some environmental cleanup for Earth Day.
Oh,
We've
right.
done that in the past
well,
too.
the community center puts on tremendous amount of events during the summer months.
Oh, yeah,
They
they
do.
do.
There's some great events.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got picnic in the park coming up soon.
Yeah.
Greenway
And,
Challenge.
Yeah, last year we helped out at the Greenway Challenge, and I think some
Yeah.
of us are planning to put together a team to compete this year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what can happen.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
I'll
everybody.
meet you at the finish line. But yeah, we did that last
Okay,
year.
we gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Harry,
Yeah,
for
thanks
the
for having
opportunity.
us. This was
Yeah.
great.
It's
It was
amazing
really
show.
interesting and
Okay,
fun.
have to have you back again.
Thank you.
Love to come.
Okay, see you next week.